Me too, Stu, me too. They don't make it through? How would they not make it through? Don't they have a bunch of money saved up? But wait, I ran into Cedric in a Vintage League. Is Cedric somehow coming for Eternal Weekend? I just don't know it. So I don't know. Has anyone else had like really bad CPU consumption slash lag on MTGO the best past day or two? Yeah, he was playing Sweetvine versus me and I lost. And we found out that he was staying with you from the podcast. I assume there was no issue though. No, but surprise. Surprise indeed. Well, Stu, I assume you're playing this weekend. I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing an SCG local to you. I just don't feel like traveling 4 hours for one, if that makes sense. I'm not sure it's necessarily a memory week. I think it might actually be a CPU week, which are technically different things. Like I think CPU like cycles are going to waste somehow. On birthday things on your birthday or someone else's birthday. Anyways, I'm just taking the ziofrancone's list from a recent challenge. They've been doing very well. I lost to them in a league as well, so very solid. I was playing Painter and I lost in 3 games to this deck, so I figured I'd kick the tires on it. Doesn't really hurt me to do so. No idea. Well, we can talk later, but I have some theories. Nothing like solid. I think, frankly, you can just play Mono Weight Initiative again in Vintage and it'll probably be pretty good. You're going to be a lot more hated out this year, but I'm not sure that it matters that much. Not. Stu, I actually have said the exact same thing. I don't really want to play Chancellor of the Annex if I'm playing that deck. But it's weird because I feel like you can play any white card. You might as well just play a functional one instead of a card that's only good in your opening hand. Oh, looks kind of cool, actually. So this is in the holiday set? I mean, last year people just didn't want to play Anointed Peacekeeper, which was very weird to me because I want to beat Bazaar. The only change I'm going to make is I'm not playing Rafine's Tower. I'm going to play Xander's Lounge. Because if you fetch Xander's Lounge and then fetch Savannah, you have Domain. If you fetch Rafine's Tower... Okay, what's the best way of putting this? you basically want your white source to be untapped, I think, is the correct way of putting it. I also played goblins against goblins, Stu. Maybe we played against the same goblins opponent. I think it'll be about 200 to 300 again for vintage in Pittsburgh. Mystic Sanctuary. Well, tell us. Flip side is imagine a scenario where you have fetch land, Leyline Binding, Lorien revealed. And you fetch for Savannah, cycle Lorien revealed to go get Xander's Lounge, play Xander's Lounge tap, then play Leyline Binding next turn. So that's another reason. And I think that's not infrequent given the land count in this deck. Like, he has 28 lands plus 3 Lorien revealed, so that means a lot of the time your second land will be tapped. Wasteland. There a Caracas? There should be a Caracas. There was no Caracas. I feel like I played against Caracas from this deck before, but maybe I'm just imagining it. The best store in the DC, Maryland, Virginia to play competitive Magic nowadays. I don't know. Like, what formats are you looking for? I guess are the question, and where exactly is traveling distance for you? I mean, you can always go to Dice in Silver Spring. It's reasonable. Have any strong opinions? No, just play whatever you want. I think it's weird they only play 3 Carpet of Flowers. Really modern. I think Dice is good in Silver Spring, Maryland. Then I might even go myself later to that store. That's on Thursdays. I'm gonna play 4 carpets. Just because the value of replacement over for carpet is so good. Like, this card is just broken. And I don't say that lightly because, like, I think it actually is broken. Yo, Scott, thanks for the prime. Let me know if I should open chest for you. This is ziofrancone's base list. I'm changing a few things that I think don't make sense. Like, I want to have Xander's Lounge plus the Savannah as setup instead of having Rafine's Tower. But it's mostly the same. I'm also going to play 4 Carpet of Flowers, which is admittedly not like an insane difference, but it is a difference. You know. I like the 6 blasts in the sideboard, like 3 of each. I mean, when blasts are good, they're basically the best card possible. Because they just trade 1 for like 3+ mana or whatever, you know? The bad thing about the 4-color Delver style decks is I think they're notoriously soft to Wasteland. I mean, I guess admittedly the green's only there for the questing druid, but there is a downside to playing that sort of mana base. Right. So 4 carpets. Can I play a carpet main instead of the 3rd Veil? We don't have space for 4 carpets. Maybe that's why he only plays 3. I mean, 1 land worse is a non-zero difference. I mean, I could play a carpet over a Veil. I think that's somewhat reasonable. I'm gonna do that. I'm just a strong believer in having 4 carpets. Because it does really scale well. And you really do want to draw 1 versus that type of deck. Oh, why is the mana so moved? Alright, support this. Feel. They said it would take longer, but it didn't even seem like it took longer. Just kind of interesting to think about. Alright, shout out to Card Hoarder. If you need cards, check them out. They really are one of the best best services around. Alright. Quick rundown of this deck. This is like, I guess control is really the right word for it, because you really do have to answer basically all of your opponent's threats, then kill them with either Uro or fourth Eorlingas. You have Terminus and Source of Plowshares and Leyline Binding. I mean, we have the usual up the Beanstalk Leyline Binding nonsense, but it's not quite as all in as the modern decks are, because you can basically, I mean, you could probably construct your deck that way, but it's probably better not to, and better to be more lean and just use this as like an end game sort of scenario. I've also seen Yorion reveal hardcast a bunch of times from this deck, and I'm not surprised. It's just kind of fantastic card. Um, I'm putting a carpet in the main over the third veil, kind of just for that myself. The One Ring still obviously a great card. That's why I think there's similar to Teferi, A, to like push your spells through, and B, to reset your One Rings. It's not like a sacred cow that you should play Teferi in this format, but I think it's worth it. But also Uro plus the One Ring is nice as well. Sideboard, we just have a bunch of like efficient answers, 6 efficient answers, some graveyard hate, some artifact hate, and more carpets for other blue decks. So kind of a straightforward thing. Anyways, prediction up if you want to gamble on the outcome of this league, and we'll head to the first match soon. So thanks everyone being here. Hope you're all having a good Thursday. You all voted for Legacy, so this is what you get. I guess not all of you voted for Legacy, but the majority of you voted for Legacy. We're gonna mulligan this. It's also a Yorion mirror. Don't have enough lands. What is it? Death and Taxes? Might be. Oh no, this is Cloudpost, right? I think I can't really let them get the Cloudpost engine line. So the way my deck is set up, it's really not great for this matchup, I think. I only have 2 wastelands. I don't kill very fast. It's just kind of a nightmare all around, I think. I think I just want untapped lands. Hopefully they play something I can binding effectively. I really like my odds, though. I'm gonna get destroyed. The binding costs 2. This Veil is dead. Oh. Oh, I've never seen this card. It's from Aftermath. Right, so they got a cavern and a stage. It's a cool one. Can't say I have seen that before. Has anyone seen this card before? Well, none of those do anything. Although most of my cards don't do anything. Probably my best card is like 4th Eorlingas to draw. I'm just kind of hoping that they're flooded. If they have anything, I just auto lose. So they can untap 4 lands, so they can have basically 10. Oh, looks like I'm just getting Titaned instead, which is also probably death. Because you can just get Ayavu again with their Cloudpost. That's plenty good enough here. Also, a Wasteland for the eye might be good enough, but alright, so this Uro has to hit a Wasteland. Or I'm just Omega dead. Can still find a Wasteland off of this binding. Didn't find one. basically have like 9,000 mana, right? 16. Just have the Caracas. I mean, like, that's just infinite turns and all my stuff dies, so I'm dead. This matchup seems heinous. Like, the problem is I don't kill very fast, and a lot of their stuff's just uncounterable, so it seems very, very difficult to win the game. Press down for Titan is not irrelevant, actually. Like, I guess Surgical for... If I get Surgical plus Wasteland on their Cloudposts, that would be, like, actual best of a victory. These 3 cards should leave my deck. This is like this. Anything else? Want the second Fav? Even like Terminus is not at its best. I guess so, like, it technically kills something, but kind of depressing. I'm gonna have a Fav over the third Terminus. But yeah, this matchup is basically, it seems like nearly impossible. Sideboard 81. Yes, I mean, it's not fantastic, but kind of 5. I want to cycle this one revealed. Probably. Why is... Why is that inverse me? I don't understand. Can someone explain why that's inverse me? What's up, Jacob? Hope you're having a good one. Okay, I guess my deck is full of non-creature spells. I hadn't considered that, you know. I think that's a mulligan for them. They're Yorion Cloudpost, so it seems unlikely, what I would say. Why did I cycle into Triumph? Because I want to use my mana, and I want to get information. Basically, this completes the domain. This is my only black source. Well, I want to play up the Beanstalk on turn 2. I want to see if they'll crop rotate here. They didn't. I played Tundra on turn 1. Played Tundra on turn 1, cycled for the Zender's on, fetched for Trop, played it. That is a warrior. Field. Can't play another spell this turn. Yeah. There you go. One Ring or Zenith. Okay, draw something good. So I want to bounce my Beanstalk is the question. Sanctuary back Orion revealed. I can play this first and find out what I should do. It's probably better. Unless we get Fawn. Maybe I should just get Fawn now that I have all these cards. Probably, actually. I should have left double green up, actually. What they map for. They don't have a land drop. Oh, they didn't even map. Interesting. I would activate it, probably. They decided to. Okay, they decided not to. I'm gonna cast Brainstorm. I'm capped on like number of spells I can cast per turn because of. We'll go with that plan instead. No basic for them to target. I'm still gonna go after those. They get Bog. Might get Bog. Yeah. So what I can do about Bog is I can cycle Dress down to get the loam back. And then we'll just slowly kill all of their lands until they don't want to play anymore. No, there was no time for me to waste them. If I wasted them, the waste would get bogged, and I don't want that to happen. I thought about it. I would rather. Oh no, I see. Maybe I should have actually. That might have been better. Yeah, it probably was better. We're almost in garbage time. Okay. I think the Deafening Silence literally did nothing for them, so it shouldn't have been in their deck versus me, most likely. I don't understand why it was there, frankly. Obviously, Force of Vigor makes my Leyline Binding scarier to play with, but I don't think I can play this deck without the Leyline Binding in this matchup. Alright, they decided back down to 80. Did they cut the Deafening Silence? So hard to click on it now. I guess I gave. I'm not thrilled, but I think this is just the cost of doing business when you register this style of deck. A fetch for Taiga is probably my best draw, honestly. Fetch? Hard to complain about that one as well, but I could have saved the plow. Taiga. The land there is really brutal. I'm not gonna not play my Uro in that spot. I'm not wasting them this turn. I'm just gonna play this. I think it's just correct. Okay, that's a plan versus Cloudpost if they play one. Yeah. Remember, I can't hit them with fourth Eorlingas this turn, so not as appealing. Second Uro, fourth back. My land say go. Well, I guess I can binding the thing, right? Correct. Touch Sanders on tap to do that as well. That might be better. It's probably better. I waste the Avamaya. They're down 2 mana essentially. It's probably better to do. No reason to search all that. Okay, EOT Brainstorm. Probably for more, like, I'm probably just gonna draw all my cards, so I probably should just cycle it. I don't think there's just a difference between 2 and 3. Actually, I should leave that untapped. Alright. Just go to my end step, draw a card, and probably discard a 1 ring. That's okay. I can make a bunch of 5/3s, but probably be. I still have a copy of 1 ring in my hand, so it's fine. drawing 4 even good? I would just have to discard a bunch of cards. I want to play my fetch out. I could just cycle for drop, then draw 4. These cards really do very much. I think this is a beanstalk game for me. I don't think I can afford to spend mana on that. Oh, they didn't correct their fetch to make a 5-3. Okay. I'm gonna plow instead of binding it, mostly because of Force of Vigor. And this also forces the action on this. It's kind of nice. I think I'm going to resolve the One Ring trigger. Then with the Tabernacle triggers on the stack, I'm going to draw 2 to decide if I want to pay for these or not. Next, me inclined to this can fetch Savannah, so I can tap these 2 lands. I'll discard 1 more. Like, Brainstorm's not very useful here. So I think my plan, so they're at 19. Not fast. Soon I can probably dress down EOT into Sanctuary back 4th Eorlingas and attack for lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, does the Dressstone take away haste? I guess it does. Never mind. Probably just gonna plow a token instead then. Just want to use my mana. I want to get them dead while I have them in this scenario. I resolve. I'll do the same thing again. I'll draw 3 with the triggers on the stack. I'll probably let these go now. I'm probably letting the knights go because they just don't do enough. Under. Really do much. So I'll say go now. Two, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so I pay 1. Okay, I think that's just lethal then. But I can always do the same thing. I can at least take a draw step first, I suppose. Boom. Won the match. Took 19 of 18 and a half of my minutes. I was down by 6 minutes towards the end, but just how it's going to be a lot of the time. Certainly a stressful matchup, and I think one I should lose often, but they didn't actually draw a Cloudpost that game. Let's open a chest for Scott. Right, that's kind of an exhausting match. Well, throwback. Illuminated. The throwback? Fourth thing? Tranquil. Throwback. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break. Want to thank everyone for being here. If you want to support the stream, hit that follow button. That's free to do. It does help support the stream. If you really want to support the stream, consider using a Prime sub. You have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. You can use it once free per month, and consider using it here. Be right back in 3 minutes. Thanks, everyone. Yo! Thanks a lot, Monkeys Can't Cry. Appreciate it. We got for you. Wait, I opened another Tranquil Thrill back? Why did I open a second one? Super weird. Alright, let's go to round 2. And thanks, everyone. Appreciate you all. Did get pretty lucky to win that one, I think. We're gonna fetch Island here. I have to draw a bunch of lands anyways, so... Not shuffling that Ponder. Shuffle this one. Actually, maybe I don't. I just fetch again next turn, then Brainstorm. Okay, that's probably better. This is Temur. Oh. I think I can let them have it. Kind of close, obviously, but I think it'll work itself out. Am I going to turn weekend? Yeah, that's my current plan. I should just plow it, I think. It's gonna be an issue later. 8 days, that's fine. Everything's fine, chat. Fine. We'll throw in. Lands. Yes, that is my current plan. Unless something bad happens to me. Knock on wood, won't happen. Might take a while, so I should probably play faster. Clock could be an issue. if it gets really grindy. Looking for land. Again. Fuck. Bad. Probably gonna. Well, it might lose to that. It depends on how much they can take advantage of this Brainstorm lock. We'll see. I mean, not having any removal here is the other issue. Certainly a big issue. Also an issue if they ever find Wasteland. Did have days. Can't really play around it by this point. My hand's just so clunky that I just have to run things into it repeatedly. Some Murktide. I'm inclined to just let that resolve and just wait to Fairy next turn to try to bounce it. A bit late, but better than never. Well, actually, sorry, I don't even have green. It doesn't actually do anything. They have a land, they can just replay Merc, delving their entire graveyard. Oh, also they can just dredge and replay the Merc, which just seems a lot better, actually. Cool. We're gonna lose. It's not Jover yet, but I'm in bad shape. I think this game would have been relatively straightforward if I had just drawn a land. A fetch land at any point, or even a Lorien revealed. But it seems mostly Jover. What? Why the fuck is there a gut shot in their deck? Questions. kills Bonemaster? I mean, that's not... I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that doesn't mean you should really put in your deck. You know, sometimes pretending they don't have anything is a good way to go about things. Monkeys can't cry. Alright. Chat, please channel Terminus for me. Oh, I don't have the Terminus command here. We must have another force by this point. Okay, I guess I can answer all of their mercs. Hope that's good enough. This is sort of like Terminus, right, chat? How many gut shots do you think are in their deck? And why is the answer 2 or 1? Please? He still thinks 0? I mean, there's clearly one right there. Not even sure I want to activate this, like, dealing myself 3 damage. Probably do, but... see what happens. I think color screwed most of this game, made it hard, but maybe we're finally turning the corner. Stormwing Entity, huh? Okay. It does trigger Beanstalk. Seven, go to 5, go to 3, so I'm dead to bolt anyway, so I guess I might as well look for Terminus or Plow. Oh. Maybe I should have drawn 3 in response to the bolt onto Fairy. Yeah, this kind of Gaga. So I have to kill all of their stuff. If I Sanctuary back Plow, not even really good enough. It's kind of tough. I think this has to be part of the plan, but it seems kind of dire. Play it. Yeah. I just missed too many land drops. It was impossible to recover, but I generally like the positioning of a deck like this versus that. So, notably, these are fantastic. All of the blasts are pretty good. I'm gonna just cut all my forces. And I'm probably gonna cut 4th Eorlingas, because I don't think killing them fast matters. I might leave 1 in. What else can I cut? Don't think I need Dress Stone. Is 4th better than the Ring? I think Ring is more critical to how this deck functions. Because you just have a lot of 1-for-1 answers. So I think you need Ring plus Uro. Like, you can't really cut these from your deck in a lot of matchups if I had to guess. I want 4th back in. I want Tristan back in. Probably 1 Force of Negation for their Loam. The actual answer. I'm gonna bomb the Sanctuary. If they want to waste that, that's fine. Okay. What's my card underneath this? Does anyone remember? I already forgotten. I don't really want to draw the right thing. Cool. Power Blast off the top chat. I would rather that get forced than my 1 ring. Boy. If I'd drawn Power Blast, I would have done it for 1 instead. fine. Kind of weird use of that card, but maybe they want to see if it's safe for their things to resolve as well. I mean, the surgical is probably for Uro, because this deck does rely heavily on Uro. Like, Uro almost kept me alive in that last game by itself, right? Uh, you know, but of course, I'm pretty happy to see that. Good one, too. What's up, Boros boss? Morning. Draw in response to see if I should add this phase or next phase. When does it drop? I think it should be next week. Tuesday, probably. Not 100% sure. Okay. Weird time to concede, but potentially some mixture of the non-modern, non-standard formats, yeah. I'm also interested in trying Legolas's quick reflexes, personally. And with Knight of the Reliquary and Elvish Proclaimer. Game 3 versus Temur Beanstalk. Ups 10. Alright. Missing green and white, but I'm not going to mulligan. Of time. Good draw, but I'm going to wait to play around days. Like weirdly good here, actually. I might redraw the Hydro. I think redrawing the Volk doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. Don't know what they were thinking about, but they were thinking about something. Maybe they were thinking about Surge going a card. Okay. Do not think I want to redraw that Hydro Blast now, given the board. It is, yeah. I made a note of that before. I should have. These are good enough, I think. I'm gonna just put Yorion into my hand. Carpet is such a disaster for them. Like, they were trying to waste me out. I think it's one of the better 4C lists I've seen because you basically minimize your color requirements until late game. And also you play basically max removal. I didn't fix anything. It was ziofrancone. I just cut Rafine's Tower for Xander's Lounge. And I'm playing the fourth carpet. So really, I didn't really do anything except identify that that makes more sense. And that Xander's Lounge makes more sense. So I don't know how much credit you can actually give me there. What's my card underneath this? Do I even have to do anything else? Oh, so I'm afraid of playing this in the grave because of surgical. That might make the game really hard to win. I think I will cycle Lorien Revealed for a land, though. I don't remember what's underneath this. I think it's another Leyline Binding, which it would be a fine draw, but it's not like an amazing draw. I think I'm just better off cycling for a land. get a Vault Control. They're gonna have to do something before I have to do something, I think, as well. If I find a second carpet, it's really disastrous because I think I can like play Uro, escape Uro in the same turn pretty easily then. I'm actually close to that already. I just don't want to go for it all right now because dredge. I guess they're gonna waste me again, that's fine. I think they dredged 2 lands that they knew about. I think my planes being untouchable is a huge deal this game. By the way, I don't know if anyone else has noticed. Even when I was just leaving MTGO running by itself, the CPU usage slowly crept up to 100 by itself. We'll just cast it. I don't think they have a great answer for this. Of course, if they force me, that's fine. Then I'll fight with Pyro. But otherwise, I can stop the Wasteland loop. It's worth a reasonable amount. They just had Unholy Heat in their hand the entire time. They have a Loam. And mystery cards. That's good too. Basically, this carpet has like single-handedly screwed my opponent really hard. How I would put it. I'm gonna play this tap. So greedy not to play a tap here, I think. There's 2 sanctuaries in my deck, so it's fine to play one of them out. Oh, we win the game again, chat. We win the game. 2 matches in, 2 hours. We are 2-0. There was no reason to rush on anything, really. So, worked out well for me. So, I like the bacon. You're having a good one? Chat, thanks for being here on this Thursday. Hope you're all having a good one. If you want to support the stream, hit that follow button. That's free to do. Getting sleepy. Elder Deep Fiend. I think that was a spike thing, but I'm kind of just over modern at the moment. Just not very enjoyable for me personally. Yep, born well, not born there, but grew up in Rockville. Thank you. Honey Pig has gotten worse over the years. I wouldn't go there myself. Yeah, don't force it. I have no source of plowshares. I also don't have enough lands in my hands, so there's a lot of issues. It's Grixis. I think I might have used the first bauble to bauble me first, then decide what to surveil on the second bauble. Great. Just gonna fetch a basic. Yeah, so in Montgomery County, I wouldn't really go to Korean restaurants, honestly, as well. I like the bacon. Just heads up. Price into forcing. The only solo table. Yeah, fair. I think I am priced into forcing, just if you compute how much damage is outputted. Waste me. Still don't waste me. Okay. I think they have days. I think you daze that 100% of the time, almost. The Bowmaster. Yeah, I don't go to FNMs very often. I'm sorry. So No lands equals death. I'm going to remove all of the forces from my deck again. Basically the same sideboarding as the last match. I think one was stressed on, one more fourth in this specific matchup. I've lost every game one so far. I think I'm going to play a tap Sanctuary in one. If they waste it, so be it. Yourself. I'm just going to run the Beanstalk into potential days. If that gets days, that's fine. I'm already exposed to Wasteland, so I'm just only going to fetch dual lands this game instead of any basics. Oh, just going to play the Beanstalk. Oh, I was going to get Savannah. Distract myself. No, I definitely should have gotten Savannah. I'm disastrous. It doesn't punish me. The reason to get Trop is for Mystic Sanctuary, but since I've already played one Sanctuary out and then the other one's not going to come on late, just getting Savannah, then probably Xander's Lounge is optimal. What I would say. Yeah, so if I fetch Savannah, I could fetch Volk this turn and try to jam the fourth, but now I can't because of freaking Trop. So it's a pretty bad mistake. Surrounding Bowmasters. Can I avoid it? Or just maybe I let them Bowmaster me once off the ponder. I have to. Kind of. I'm probably just gonna play land, and just Terminus them next turn, most likely. So I'm basically not gonna shuffle. This was just to bait out the Bowmaster so I could Brainstorm safely and not take like 9,000 damage. Probably even wait another turn on that, honestly. So I'll take one big hit, but then we fight next turn. So it should work out to be okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll be at 6. That's there. So plow now. Oh, I should plow there and blast there. That was a mistake. This drop is screwing me real hard. And no, I should have fetched full. Okay, I mean, I don't have any Tundras left in my deck. Really wish I'd fetched Savannah this game. It would have worked out so much better, I think. So I'm probably dead. Just have to give them value and Fire Blast. Sure. I'm at 4. Ponder puts me to 3. Seems like bad news. They also didn't shuffle. Bad for me, chat. Walkers. I'm not dead. Carpet has haste. Oh, I like that wording of it. It is wild that Carpet has haste. It's bad for my health. Oh, master. Okay. This game would have been really hard anyways. Sometimes you take the L. Alright. We're gonna take 3 minutes before the 4th match. Every match takes forever. So again, thanks everyone. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Appreciate y'all here on this Thursday. Be right back in 3 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Thanks everyone. On to round 4. We are 2-1. We took a pretty convincing loss to Grixis in that last match. I think the last time I played against them, they were ANT or something else. I don't remember. The song's nice though. Breath of Fire. Anyone remember playing Breath of Fire? Cast. That means I don't have to worry about Wasteland, really. I'm just looking for more lands. Land. Having Terminus answer Capacan near Queenly, also nice. Weird, the name 8cast is not quite correct anymore, because a lot of the decks have just cut down on the casts, because the casts are not that good for Spellmaster. It's kind of funny to think about. Underneath this is a Veil, but I don't really want to draw a Veil. Actually, I might want to draw a Veil if they fight over my Dress Down with Force. So I guess I do want to draw the Veil, actually, weirdly enough. Go. And get Taiga still. Did I want another first? I guess that's I'm gonna Veil here. This is I could not really ask for a better situation than this, really. Kill all your constructs, draw 2 cards from Dress Down and Veil. All your stuff is dead except for that. bubble? Why didn't I get Mox so cool? Hands just kind of bad. The dress down, yeah, it was kind of bananas. I don't even really want to plow this. I think what I want to do is just try to hit my land drops. I think that's the way I lose if I don't draw lands. Brainstorm and look for more lands. I think I basically, the only value to fourth is finishing my opponent. Alright, well, probably a bit too many lands, so this could go back. So I'm just going to spend this turn killing that with fourth, or killing that with plow, I think. Plains is not good for casting Uro, but I'm going to do it now because they didn't force me last turn, so it's unlikely they'll force me this turn. But in case if they do have a force, they can hard cast on their turn if I pass, so... Oh, okay. Good advice. Should be good now. Palace on 1. Not want that. Not want Chalice on 1. Sure. Sure, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Obviously I didn't know. I'm just gonna drop the hammer on them. Fourth Eorlingas. I like the German name for it. Oh shit. Bad. Guess I kinda got. I did not play around Hold Reacher. It's gonna be fine. They'll get one Monarch trigger, but I think I actually have plenty behind that it should work itself out. That was like probably the best possible for them, and I still not convinced it'll be enough, really. See if that resolves. I'm gonna leave 2 back in case they have another Hold Reacher. I'm still fine. And they'll get a few cards, but I can probably beat those cards. See, this was max punishment. They don't have that many Ottawaras, so it's kind of fine that this happened. Like, they're burning a card to get a card back, so it's fine. What's up, Lawrence? Do it. So I think what I'm actually going to let them do is block one, and then dress down both of their constructs after I take the Monarch. I mean, I don't think there's a really other reasonable plan, right? Of course. And now they even like Hole Breacher to like my Monarch trigger for one turn. It really wasn't enough. I was just too far ahead, I think. Dress down trading cleanly with 2 sagas is kind of absurd. Like 2 dress downs basically wiped their entire board and drew me cards in the meantime. I think I do not care about that. I'm just gonna Uro the shit out of them now. See this card's dead. The Urzos bobbled themselves and revealed the podcast. Okay. I think they just misclicked, if you're asking what happened there exactly. I'm gonna save this for, you know what, don't really matter. Just to go. A good draw. Caprican here. I'm gonna force pitch ponder. This leaves up. Why did they? Also, why does the Human Knight have trample? You know, want to explain why this card has trample? Why these tokens have trample? Of course. Okay, but what about like Silver Knight? Why doesn't Silver Knight have trample? Also, do all of the horses from Lord of the Rings set have trample? What do I need? The bot's broken right now because of the patch. We are 2-1. We're going into game 2 versus 8cast. Rohirrim do. Got it. I want to cut. I need my loam. I want to cut loam and plow. Is that crazy? And the reason I want to cut plow is I don't think spot removal is that good for some except versus Emery. But I'm also citing in other spot removal. Maybe that is crazy. You dissect the tokens. Sorry to hear that. Have you considered drawing your own tokens, so many dynamos? or getting a friend to draw tokens for you. Like Veil? That's fair. I'll cut 2 Veils and actually a Force Negation. It's reasonable. Veil's like Pyroblast, but worse. Even though obviously that game Veil was like bananas. I think the Fawns are just not that good versus them either. This is a hand that's really bad versus Chalice, but pretty good versus everything else, so I think I reluctantly keep. Also, a lot of the lists are down to 2 Chalices as well, so... Knight, who played on Cincinnati Reds. No. I'm gonna force it. It's just gonna be too much damage if I don't force it. Cast this. Force. Well, the problem is I don't have enough lands. I was just... It might be over paranoid to do that, but that's what I did. Okay. Oh, forgot to put Yorion in my hand. God damn it. Not doing anything, thankfully. Just gonna jam. They have a force, so be it. I'm gonna have to like duress all of their forces anyways. Well, if it's a Hole Breacher, I would just pass. But no, I think they just have a bunch of... If they had Hole Breacher, they would have just casted to start attacking me, I think. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they have that card. Okay. This. And here. So I can fog it with the ring one turn at least. That's better. It is better to cast a Terminus, because the trouble is if I don't draw 2 lands in a row off my ring activations, it doesn't work out great for me. I would just take a lot of damage. Oh, god damn it! Got Yorion in hand again. Ugh. Fuck. Weird. Good. Just gonna cast it. Actually, maybe I don't. Well, bluffing... I don't think bluffs are that valuable, honestly. I'd rather just do, like, play my thing. Force of Vigor for its fair casting cost. 2 GG. I agree, Fav is very good right now. Could have Hull Breacher, but it looks like they're F6. I would not F6 versus deck when you have Hull Breacher in your deck. Because like it creates like a lot of weird tension. You know. No, you can't really excuse the misclicks, honestly, but you know, it's fine. A null in both Legacy and Modern. I played in a null in a long time. I think I'm not going to risk the whole Breacher. Just kind of disastrous. I'll test them at their end step. Yeah, no. I guess you just don't have anything. Matter? Okay. That. Might just jam this one. Okay, I'm just gonna jam for one. I should discard Ponder instead of Brainstorm. Brainstorm is useful for bringing Terminus back. Alright. Kind of a massacre. I did not think the matchup would be that easy, but it felt pretty easy as long as you didn't get Chaliced. We even got Chaliced in game 2 and we eventually killed it. So deck feels surprisingly good. So chat, thanks for y'all being here on this Thursday. It's not my usual day of streaming, but I appreciate y'all. Hope you're all having a good one. Mockfield. Oh. Oh, sorry about that. I know why. How do I edit the deck? It's because the MTGO edit. I know exactly why. Is there an easy way to fix it? Really. Sorry. I know why. Because the companion gets put on top. Is mostly why. Rock keep. So like basically Yorion ends up on top if you have a companion. So that's why it does this. but it's a little bit confusing, but I think mostly understandable, right? See if I can fix it quickly. Actually, it's pretty easy to. Should be fixed now. Let me know if it's fixed. Try refreshing. No for SCG pick. Yes for Eternal Weekend. My password is Throg. A mid is great 123. So get right on that. Probably. Maybe I should have brainstormed then cycled actually. I'm actually gonna get Tundra. Find a white source, it worked out really well. Should have started first. Well, the problem is Brainstorm puts that back on top. The real issue. Bro need a fetch. God. Fucking dead again. Am I not supposed to cast Brainstorm there? The problem is if I find a fetch or a Leyline revealed, it's so good for me to cast Brainstorm there. I think it's probably just correct. Problem is I think I'm dead to Rebel Master before I get to do anything real. I had to guess. Clear draw. Don't play. I'm gonna lose this for sure. I'll activate. Yeah, no. Well, I could have brainstormed and then cycled, and that might have actually ended up a lot better for me. I'm just gonna die now. Oh, actually, it might be. No, it's not lethal this turn. It's close though. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. 12. It's 17. Now it's 19. Drawing the Veil and Carpet kind of sucked, but that's the downside of putting those in your deck. Oh. They sometimes have Blood Moon. This also tags their artifact mana. Hate it. Then I'm gonna just cut fourth first them and be like a true control deck. Yeah, ziofrancone just had a million blasts in his sideboard, and I think it's just good here. Yo, Hat, thanks for the raid. Appreciate you. How was the stream? We're playing a deck that's very much in your wheelhouse. 4-color control with Beanstalk, a million forces, and Uro One Ring. So, and the nonsense card from Cube, but I'm gonna side it out versus Goblin. I don't think it's great here. Invasion of Amonkhet. Indeed. If y'all aren't following the Hall of Famer Yo Hat, you should be. I don't know. There's not much to say about Hat. Hat is yellow. He's great. Oh, this hand's fucking great. Brainstorm's the most valuable card in the hand to put Terminus back on top. Dress Sound's also very, very good versus Goblins, though. Because it basically counters one of their triggers. And the power of Goblins is generally is that their like come into play triggers are really, really, really good. I think I'm supposed to keep Beanstalk. My hand is soft to Blood Moon, but hopefully that doesn't happen to me. Wait, I have a Force of Vigor on top, right? So big-brained, chat. I'm so big-brained. Feels dirty. Feels dirty. They have no play. So good for me. Home's also good. Probably. What do I put back? Maybe dress down Terminus and just shuffle and just get a basic and then loan back my thing, get another basic. It's probably the best play. Yes. Oh, fetch first and loan makes more sense. Yeah. Not sure it's. I guess it might matter. I actually might shuffle. That's just like. Those aren't actually that good. Right, this is actually a lot better than the other cards I saw. Ringleader. Muxus Rabble Master. Okay. Yeah, no, I think shuffling's just better, honestly. Now I think about it more. Actually pretty good. I'll do this first. I think I'm just gonna waste them a few times to make sure they can't do anything really bad to me. Oh, I should have left the white untapped. That's pretty heinous. Should have just tapped my island. I don't want to waste again. I can waste on what I want to do is just pass my pro now. Probably not that this bad. That's a good one, actually. To go. We're in good shape now. Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, like, 2 Sanctuary is a big gain, honestly. Like, Sanctuary being in your hand sucks so much. For the hand's Muxus Unknown. I'll take a regular draw first. Because I can just... Okay. Decent. I think I'll attack and dredge. I'm not gonna flashback her. I think I'll just leave all my spells up. I could put Yorion in my hand, but I don't think that even matters right now. I basically think that Force of Vigor was game ending. No reason to do anything again. So. Game 1 was also not close, but in the opposite direction, is what I would say. Are they making tokens? I lost game 1 because I didn't find white. I'm just gonna binding the Mons now. Prevent any shenanigans. Yes. So. Nothing even matters anymore, I think. Still leaving up dress down. Right, game 3 for some amount of marbles. For the 4-1, I guess. I want endurance. Well, sometimes the games enter garbage time. I'm sure Gab is familiar with this. Where like you're playing control deck, but nothing they do actually matters. So like you just want to end the game as quickly as possible and click buttons. And that's where we were. Nihilism, maybe. Control mindset, maybe. Do I want endurance as a blocker? Might cut Teferi for 1 endurance. Although Teferi gives me an out to Blood Moon. Maybe endurance over like 3rd Wondering on the draw. Do that. Protected from Blood Moon though. I reluctantly keep. Well, mono red, like if you're killing your opponent with like burn, that doesn't take very long. So garbage time has a different meaning there. I think you're supposed to keep though, like once you've signed up to play this deck with this hand. Do you agree? It's actually like a perfect draw almost. Well, my cantrips cost a lot of mana, but yeah. Non-Jund? I have Grixis. I don't, I mean, some people play Rafine's Tower, but I don't really love it. Do I want to kill their Skirk Prospectors? The real question. Oh, 2 Jund Triumph. That makes a lot more sense. I hadn't thought about it. I don't want to waste them. Not. Wished you could play Legacy and Paper. You would never leave the local game store. Wish I could help you out there. My hands are blank, but unfortunately I can't. I only have 2 cards in hand. Like, not very scary. So their last card must be Muxus. So, like, I think there's a... I think their last card has to be Muxus if this is it, or like Goblin Ringleader. It might have worked out better to kill their Muxus with the Terminus instead. I don't know, but see, this is weirdly fine. Do my things. It's shutting down my Sanctuary, but that's fine. We can probably deal with it later. Come on, just play Blood Moon. Blood Moon, Blood Moon, Blood Moon, Blood Moon. Well, it doesn't draw you a million cards. They just go all into play. But I would have to know my top card's Terminus. Just kind of an unrealistic expectation, right? See, I'm here. Just draw main phase. It's good too. I think I'm playing really far ahead now. I'm still at such a high life total. Their last card's probably Muxus. I'm gonna waste them and also Fov the hearse. Fov the first will happen. Oh, I forgot to waste. What else? Waste. I want to do this turn. Plus, doesn't get a Tundra. I can play Binding for 2 to do something threatening. I can also dress down. They don't really have a clean answer to this, so my Terminus is down. Conceded. They listen to you. Right. Well, 4-1's not bad. We take those. We need the chests. So really impressed by the deck. Actually, I might reconsider not playing this style of deck. It's just so clean. The Beanstalk thing makes sense. You can basically deal with all their stuff. You have like your endgame is actually really good even without playing something like Minx and Boo. Like, I think Minx is worse than 4th Eorlingas in this deck by a lot. GG's, Jamie. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of obliterated you those other 2 games. Which, not like bragging, but I think that's just what happened. I think this is a good version of all of Honorog's decks. This is like the best version of Honorog's decks. Oh yeah, Dress Down seems incredible right now as well. And I assume this deck should be good versus like Temur. Well, you don't have to play 2 John Triomes, you only have to play 1. If you can literally just switch this to a John Triome and it still works out, because John Triome plus Tundra works. Yeah, Force of Vigor is good. Carpets were incredible. I had one in my main deck. So in game 1, I drew both a Carpet and a Veil versus you. Well, yes, Mystic Sanctuary for Xander's, but the games go so long with this deck that's fine. It usually works itself out, you know? God, am I going to have to shuffle an 80-card deck again? Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to play Xander's. I mean, I don't know the correct answer. It's kind of complicated. The other thing is, I kind of wonder if I'm actually too soft to combo in this configuration. But I guess most of the combo decks are soft to blasts currently. 60-card builds are fine. Yeah, I mean, this is not an amazing Yorion deck. I won't disagree, but one nice thing about Yorion is that you don't really worry about overdrawing your deck, which can be a concern. Delver the way to go. I have a sneaking suspicion that Delver is overrated right now. I don't know how to explain it really. Well, the best Yorion deck still I think is Death and Taxes, but in terms of like actually using Yorion is what I mean. Right. We went 4-1. That was the last match for me. Wait, can I go back? Okay. So round 1 played against Cloudpost and I won in 3. I think this matchup should have been a loss basically almost all the time, but I feel like I got lucky here. Round 2 was versus Temur Beanstalk, and I won in 3, but I think that matchup was just good. Round 3 is versus Grixis, like sort of the Delvery space, and I lost. I just didn't draw lands. I think this matchup is fine to decent. Probably slightly favorable with a lot of room for did you draw enough lands is the primary test. Round 4 versus 8 cast, and then round 5 versus you. So definitely revisit this one and think about it. I might write down sideboard plans by myself and see if it makes sense at some point. Cloudpost deck there are a lot of decks that can't beat Cloudpost, I think, Dylan. But there's a lot of decks. Cloudpost just has super polarized matchups, and I feel like the Yorion thing doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I don't understand why it's a Yorion Cloudpost deck. Like, I've played this person a few times, and they're always Yorion Cloudpost, and I don't really understand. You know? Like, it doesn't seem to make sense to me. Mono green, 60 cards, wondering. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really enjoy playing Cloudpost, so I have no interest in trying it, but its possible is very good. I think Luis actually recorded a video, and he said it felt surprisingly good as well. So maybe he'll end up playing it at EW or something. Who can say? Yorion Claptus? What? I don't know what that means. Literally have no idea what you're talking about now. I would check the Luis video out. I actually watched it and I did learn a few things, which is kind of rare for me. But I was just kind of wondering why he chose to play Cloudpost in a random testing league. But alright, chat. I think I'm kind of exhausted now after playing 5 matches with this deck, but I will be back tomorrow. I'll play Vintage, I think, tomorrow morning around the same time. And thanks for y'all being here.